There were various cheerful and promising aspects of success that characterized Musab's task. One day Musab and Asad were on their way to the habitations of Bani Abd al-Ashal and Bani Zafar, when they went into the premises of the latter clan. There they sat, near a well conversing with some new converts. Sa'd bin Mu'adh and Usaid bin Hudayr, chiefs of the two clans, heard of this meeting, so Usaid approached the Muslims, armed with his lance, while the others had excused himself on grounds that Asad was his maternal cousin. Usaid came closer, cursing and swearing, and accused the two men of befooling people weak of heart, and ordered that they stop it altogether. Musab calmly invited him to sit, saying, "If you are pleased with our talk, you can accept it. Should you hold it in abhorrence, you could freely immunize yourself against what you hate." "That's fair," said Usaid, pierced his lance in the sand, listened to Musab, and then heard some verses of the noble Quran. His face bespoke satisfaction and pleasure before uttering any words of approval. He asked the two men about the procedures pertinent to embracing Islam. They asked him to observe washing, purge his garment, bear witness to the truth, and then perform 2 rakah. He responded and did exactly what he was asked to do, and then said, "There was a man, Sa'd bin Mu'adh, whose people would never hang back if he followed the Islam." He then left to see Sa'd and his people. Sa'd could immediately understand that Usaid had changed. To a question posed by Sa'd, Usaid said that 2 men were ready to comply with whatever orders they received. He then managed a certain situation that provided the 2 men with a chance to talk with Sa'd privately. The previous scene with Usaid recurred, and Sa'd embraced Islam, and directly turned to his people, swearing that he would never talk with them until they had believed in Allah and in His Messenger. Hardly did the evening of that day arrive when all the men and women of that sept of Arabians embraced Islam, with the exception of one, Al-Sirem, who hung back until the day of Uhud. On that day he embraced Islam and fought the polytheists, but was eventually killed before observing any prostration in the way of prayer. The Prophet, PBUH, commented, saying, "He has done a little, but his reward is great." Musab stayed in Medina, carrying out his mission diligently and successfully until all the houses of Al-Ansar, the future helpers, had Muslims elements, men and women. One family only stood obdurate to the Islamic Dawah call. They were under the influence of the poet Qais bin al-Aslat, who managed to hold them at bay and screen off the call of Islam from their ears until the year 5 AH.